Are you from the Antelope Valley? I know you're a SoCal guy and you post around it, but I want to know if you're from around here.
From the Antelope Valley, nah, man. I got a lot of family that lives out in Palmdale. I'm always out there. I actually live out there a couple years early in my career. But yeah, I'm over there all the time.
How did you first get involved in mixed martial arts?
Um, I've always been a fan of it, man. I grew up a fan of boxing, and kind of, kind of boxing kind of died down. And I started leaning more towards mixed martial arts, and actually, I had always wanted to train mixed martial arts. Up until I received a gift with a gym membership actually, and I've been killing it ever since, man.
Now, we know that prior to coming to the UFC, you were doing your thing, Combate, Smash Global, and other places. How would you describe your career leading up to Contender Series and just how that prepared you for the big show?
Um, yeah, it's kind of like a build up to every fight was kind of just improving, constant improvements and learning. Whether it was win or lose. Fortunately, I've been on the winning side of about 90 something percent of my fights. I only have one loss, but I always take something out of every win, whether it's a win or a loss. Every fight, I have something different to learn for myself. So I take every experience back to camp, and we work on, adjusting and improving those those areas that need improvement.
Just two final ones. The first, you know what? Can you just talk about what it's like? Because you go from the local shows, the smaller shows, and now you're on UFC, your fights are on ESPN, all the big websites are talking to you, and they got the scrums. What's that like to go from that smaller level to the big one?
Um, I'm just soaking it all in, man. I kind of always believed in myself. I always knew I'd get here. And now I'm here, man. And I got another fight ahead of me. Good fight. And it's just an amazing experience. Just the whole everything, all up and down, just the whole experience of being in the UFC from even back home to everything going on here. And I'm just soaking it all in, man, and just making the best of it, and just staying focused and keeping my eye on the prize, man.
To close it out, you win this one, you'll be 3-0 in the UFC. There's obviously a lot of guys in your weight class, ranked and unranked, but you get this one. Have you thought about what you're looking for next? Are you looking to try to get that top 15, or you're just looking to take on the best fights possible?
Yeah, man. I just want to fight. My whole career, I've always wanted to just to fight consistently. Um, right now at my age, I'm 33. I feel like I'm in my prime. I'm ready to fight anyone, and I just want to continue to climb up the ranks, and take every fight. If the UFC feels I'm ready for a ranked opponent after this fight, then I'm more than willing to fight. If they wanted me to fight anybody, I'm gonna fight. So that's really just always been the type of person I am, even before I even started mixed martial arts. I just like to fight.
Thank you, Danny.
Thanks.
Our next question is from Rodney James Edgar with MMAsoldier.net.
Hey, what's going on, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, hear you, man. What's up?
Cool, cool, cool. Good to see you back, man. Quick turnaround, it seems like.
Yeah, it's been a busy year.
That's a good thing, man, especially in this crazy year. So, first, let me ask you this, because we're seeing a repeat occurrence or appearances, I should say, of Contender Series, season three guys such as yourself fighting in Apex. And I know that doing it the first time, it's a little, intimidating because it's weird, right? It's a totally different scene. But now
Yeah.
you're so used to it. I wonder though, knowing that you are going into the smaller cage and knowing exactly what the process is going to be like at the venue, because it varies, at every venue, right? Has that adjusted your training camp in any way? Like you guys train more in, for this close quarters, that kind of thing?
No, man. It's been pretty similar for this fight camp. Actually made a few adjustments, but nothing it has to do with the size of the cage. Um, yeah, for the most part, we've just been sticking to the same routines that we normally do. I'm actually this will be my third time fighting in at the Apex Center, and yeah, that's it. It to me, it reminds me a lot of sparring. To be honest, it reminds me a lot like sparring. It's like real quiet. All I can hear is my coaches. I get the same feeling when I come into like a new gym to spar. So it's really not much of a difference to me.
Well, hopefully, you don't beat up your training partners as bad as you do the people in the Apex cage. And
I can't make no promises, man. It gets rough in there. Actually, you know, most times training is a lot harder than the actual fight. So up until this point, the hard part is training and making weight. The fight is just fun for me.
good attitude. So, yeah, just one more question pertaining to the way that we conduct business now in 2020 during this pandemic in all facets of life. I wonder, because I haven't been to the gym in months, man. I haven't trained. I don't know really what's going on in there. So tell me, what has training camp been like?
Training camp with this past few training camps that I've been going through with during the pandemic hasn't changed much, man. I still work with the same people. The gyms. Fortunately, the gyms that I go to are like smaller gyms, so it's more of the big corporate gyms are the ones that shut down. But I still go to like four different gyms, and I still get the same amount of work. It's just a lot more secretive and like little secret ninja training, bro. That's what I call it. I call it a secret ninja training when we have these like secret training sessions, not really no one knows about, but we still have a good group of solid dudes there, and the pandemic hasn't affected my training in any way.
Well, see, I'm an amateur, so that's probably why I never get those invites. Thanks, man. I can't wait to see you fight.
Awesome, thank you.
Our next question is from Gabriel Pengelingen with Dojo Drifter.
Daniel, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. How you doing?
Hey, brother, hope you're doing good. Yeah, it's a quick round for you. How does it feel to be back so soon? It's only been a couple of months since your last fight.
Feels good, man. I feel great. Staying active is always something I've wanted to do in my career, and it's even better than I'm staying so active in the UFC. It's my third fight this year for the UFC. I wouldn't doubt that after this, I'll get another fight before the year ends and run out my contract in 1 year. I told people a long time ago, like 2 years ago, 2020 is my year, and just so happened it just happened, man. I think it's just lining up for me, and it's just great, great, great feeling.
And as your career progresses, do you see yourself becoming more of like Cowboy Cerrone in the sense that he's fighting several times in a year, more than the average fighter? Do you see that being
Yeah.
something that you'll do as well?
Yeah, man. I mean, I spent a lot of time with Cowboy. Maybe I picked up, I picked up his saying, anytime, anyone, anywhere. Really, that's how I've been. Except, I'm from California, but I learned a lot from Cowboy, man. And fighting consistently is definitely something that I am willing to do. I don't want to take no time off. I'm here to fight. I'm here to as long as I'm healthy. As long as I'm healthy and injury free. I'm gonna, continue to fight and stay healthy and work hard, all year round.
Yeah, and as you come up the rankings and as the fans get to know you, how do you want fans to know you? Like, do you want them to know you as like the knockout artist, the slugger? How would you like to be remembered by the fans?
Um, I want them to just know me as that Mexican fighter from LA that just comes out to fight. I'm at Los Angeles, born and raised, and Latino background. We just come out to fight, man. We got a whole bunch of heart, and coming out swinging.
Yeah, so you mentioned that you're a proud LA uh, LA Lakers fan. In the last fight, you had that mouthpiece honoring the late great Kobe Bryant. Will you be doing that again this fight?
Oh, of course, man. I'm Lakered out. It's playoffs right now too. Yesterday I had Lakers everything, Lakers shoes, Lakers socks, Lakers shorts, the Kobe jersey, Lakers hat. Actually, right before we came and did this interview, I just bought a LeBron James jersey at a Nike store. You know, I'm just
Wild,
lakered
wild.
out. Same
And
thing
do
with the
you have
Dodgers, man.
okay, awesome, awesome. Do you have any Laker tattoos? I see that some of the hardcores have that.
Yeah, I actually do have a Laker tattoo on my ankle.
Also, what does it say on your ankle?
Oh, it's the Lakers L. Let me get up and show you. You see me? Yeah,
Yeah.
so I got that Lakers L right there.
Oh,
You
okay,
know,
cool, awesome. Yeah, I see it.
Proud Lakers fan.
Nice. And lastly, for me, you think the Lakers are gonna take it this year? The
Of
make it to the
course, man. Of
finals?
course. I made a
Of
bet with
course,
the
take home finals
this
this
dude yesterday. He's like, hey, if the Raptors make it farther than the Lakers in the playoffs, uh, one of us got to get a tattoo of either one of either team. I might, I might not stick to that, but it might be I might be able to hide it if the Lakers don't make it though. I might be able to hide it somewhere. I got a lot of tattoos out space still, but I doubt it, man. The Raptors ain't making it farther than the Lakers this year. It's crazy. That's why I took the bet.